Hello friends, welcome to RR Digital Big Data Hadoop Training Program.
Today's session I will discuss about DML commands. So basically in Hive 0.12.0, okay. So initial versions DML commands not supported in Hive, okay. But after 14.0 version onwards, Hive is supporting DML commands, okay. So DML commands means basically insert like in SQL we are using, right? Okay, insert, update, and delete. Okay. So to enable these DML commands, basically backend we have to add a few set commands in properties file. Okay, so in real time, basically Hadoop admin team will add those properties. Okay, so here, so these all are the properties we have to add in a hive-site.xml file. Okay, so if we add these properties, then only it will support DML commands. Okay, like insert, update, delete queries. Okay, or else we have to add these set commands. Okay, but performance will be very less. Okay, so because Hive is supporting update, delete, but still it will give a very less performance. Okay, also in a real time these properties Hadoop admin team will take care. Okay, in a few projects they are enabling this DML commands, but a few projects they are not enabling, okay, due to performance issues. So here we'll add these properties, okay, and we'll try how to execute DML commands. Okay, so to execute the DML commands, first we have to enable these concepts in backend. Okay, so these all are the properties, okay, we have to add. Okay, so where we have to add means inside a hive-site dot XML file. Okay, so basically these properties, these things Hadoop admin will take care. Okay, but here just knowledge purpose we are discussing, okay, where we have to add, how to add. Okay, so to add these properties we have to log in into root user. Okay, root user. Okay, so here root and password Cloudera. Okay, so here we have to go to Hive directory. Okay, so cd slash usr ls, so cd lib ls. Okay, so here all the Hadoop related softwares they installed. Okay, so like a Hive module related they installed here, and pig module related, Wooji related. Okay, so basically in real time in a Hadoop we have many modules, okay, 8 to 10 modules, but if they are using only 3 modules, 3 components, they no need to install other components, right? Only required components. Okay, so here only required components generally they will install in the real-time projects. Okay, so now here I have to choose Hive directory. Okay, cd Hive. Okay, ls. So here conf folder. Okay, so inside this conf folder we have all the XML files. Okay, configuration related XML files. So cd conf. Okay, again pwd. Okay, ls. Okay, so here your hive-site.xml file available. Okay, so inside this XML file we have to write those properties, or we have to add. Okay, so to modify this XML file we have to use a vi command, right? So vi hive-site.xml. Okay, and insert mode. Now I entered into insert mode. Okay, so I will add these properties at the end. Okay, so maybe here I will add. Okay, so properties I copied already. Okay, then escape colon WQ. That means it will save and it will come out. Okay, so now we'll cross verify whether those properties are saved or not. Okay, hive-hyphen site.xml. Okay, so here all the properties saved. Okay, so now we have to restart a Hive server, then only these properties will enable backend. Okay, so changes will reflect once we restart a Hive server. So this is the command. Okay, so in real time, basically Hadoop admin team will execute these restart commands. Okay, so here, so Hive server stopped and again server restarted. Okay, now we have to close this root user window, and this window also I am closing. Okay, so I am opening uh, we have to open a new window. Okay, so here Cloudera, username Cloudera, password Cloudera. Okay, so now I'm logging into Hive mode. Okay, because DML commands we have to execute in a Hive. Successfully logged in. Show databases. Okay, so here default database is there. Okay, so use default database. Okay, so generally we can call as a database, or we can call as a queue also, queue. Okay, so show tables. There are no tables. Okay, so now first we'll create a table. So create table, table name I'm giving customer. Okay, so here CID means customer ID. Okay, and customer name. Okay, here I'm giving a varchar of 129. Okay, and then clustered by. Okay, so based on which column, we have to insert. Okay, based on CID. Okay, into how many buckets? Here I am giving two buckets. Okay, so two buckets, and then stored as ORC. Okay, so whenever we want to execute DML commands, we have to specify stored as ORC. Okay, then TBL properties, that means table properties, transactional equals to true. So this is built-in function, TBL properties. Transactional equals to true means generally it will allow to execute update queries. Okay, update and delete queries. Okay, now table created. So we'll insert data. Insert. Okay, so insert into customer values. Okay, so first column ID. So ID value I am passing as 1. Okay, second one customer name. Okay, I am passing as Ram. Okay, okay. So now select star from customer. Okay, so data inserted successfully. Okay, and the next one update. Okay, so update table name customer. Okay, set which column related value you want to update. So okay, so instead of Ram I want to update Sam, where ID equals to 1, where CID. Okay, where CID equals to 1. So instead of Ram we are updating SAM. Okay, so now we'll cross verify record updated or not. Okay, so instead of RAM, SAM replaced, so successfully updated. Okay, and the last one, delete. Okay, so if you want to delete data from table, okay, delete from which table? Customer table. Okay, so now we'll verify that data removed or not. Okay, successfully deleted. So this is about DML commands. Okay, so next concept, the file formats. Okay, so in Hive is supporting different types of file formats. Okay, so one is a text file format and RC file format and ORC file format and Parquet file format and Avro and sequence file format. Okay, so while creating a table, so file formats. Okay, so here uh, basically we'll create a table like this, right? Okay, so create a table, maybe table name. Okay, and then here column 1, column 2. Okay, like this, n number of columns. Okay, after that row format delimited fields terminated by. Okay, so maybe if it is comma comma. Okay, so generally in Hive we will use the create statements like this. Okay, so here we are not specifying any file format. Okay, so if we not specifying file format, that means by default it will consider as a text file format. Text file format. Okay, text file format. So if we not specify means by default it will consider text file format. Okay, and how to define file formats in a table. Okay, so end of your create statement you have to specify stored as text. Okay, if it is text file format, stored as text. If it is VRC means stored as VRC. Okay, if it is a Parquet means stored as a Parquet. Like this we have to specify. Okay, so only these three keywords backend your Hive framework will execute based on these three keywords. Okay, so just end of your create statement you have to specify file format. If you not specify, then by default it will consider text file format. Okay, or else you can specify like RC or ORC, whatever. Okay, so except this you no need to write anything. Okay, but what is the use of uh, these file formats? Okay, what is the use of file formats? Basically, first point, it will save your HDFS space. Okay, because file formats, basically few file formats, it will compress your data. Okay, like generally in Windows operating system, if you have one folder, will do zip, right? Zip means actual size 1 TB means it will reduce after zip. Okay, so same way here also it will apply compression techniques so that it will save space. Okay, and retrieval also it will be very fast, speed retrieval. Okay, see, obviously if data it is compressing and size will be reduced means performance will give very fast, retrieval is very fast. Okay, and good writing space. Okay, so after compression, if you uh, write or if you save your data inside a HDFS means space also it will save, right? Okay, because it is applying compression technique. Okay, for example, if you have 10 MB, if you apply compression technique, maybe it will come 6 MB or 7 MB. That means 3 MB or 4 MB space it will save. Okay, so these three advantages in file formats. Okay, so first one, text file format. Okay, so text file format behavior basically end of each line. Okay, it should terminated by a new line character. Okay, also uh, performance wise it will give a good write performance. Okay, but data retrieval basically it will be bit slow, like whenever you are trying to read your data compared to write operation, reads will be slow in a text file format. Okay, also text file format generally it doesn't apply uh, any kind of a compression technique. If it is size, actual size is 1 TB, 1 TB space is required, so compression technique it will not apply. Okay, and the second one, sequence file format. Okay, so sequence file format basically it will store your data in binary format. Okay, in that binary format also key value pair format it will save key value pair. Okay, and also if you want to merge 2-3 files in a single file, okay, it will do. Okay, so you can merge files into single file. Okay, so that is about the behavior of sequence file format. Also read and write. Okay, so write it will give good performance compared to your text files. Also read also it will give good performance here. Okay, and compression technique, sequence file it is supporting. Okay, so compression technique available. Okay, so basically these all backend it will take care. Okay, in create statement just we are adding a stored as ORC or stored as sequence, but backend these three automatically it will apply. Okay, your Hive framework will take care. Okay, and the next Yavro file. Okay, so Yavro file basically it is a file format and also serialization and deserialization concept it will apply. Okay, so basically this serialization deserialization available in core Java. Okay, and read and write operations of write average performance. Okay, also next RC file format. So RC file format behavior basically it is similar to your sequence file format. Okay, RC file format is similar to sequence file format. Also if you want to perform multiple rows at a time, okay, so you can use RC file format. Okay, and here reading is very fast, data retrieval or reading is very fast, but compromise with the writes, that means write it will be very slow. Okay, and the ORC file, so ORC file compared to your RC file format, ORC file is better. Okay, better, also faster reads, and writes it is very slow. And coming to Parquet file, so Parquet file it is just a columnar file format. Okay, similar to RC and ORC only. Okay, so here faster reads and slow writes. Okay, so these all are the 6 file formats. Okay, so query wise just end of the query we have to write only stored as then a file format name. Okay, but backend it will behave different. Okay, so like compression technique it will apply. Okay, and performance also reads and writes. Okay, based on your file format it will behave. Okay, so this is about file formats.
Thanks for watching this video. Also please subscribe our channel for more training related videos. Also share it with your friends. Bye friends.